In this video, I am going to explain about relative clauses. These relative clauses we call it as what? Adjective clauses also. Then first, before going to know about the relative clauses, first we should know about what? Clause. What is meant by clause? A clause is a group of words which gives the complete meaning. But it contains what? The subject and predicate. For example, this is the clause. I am reading a novel. See, first what is the rule? A clause is a group of words which contains which gives the complete meaning. This clause gives the complete meaning or not? What? I am reading a novel. And next one, what? It contains the subject and predicate. Here what in this class, what is the subject? I is the subject. The remaining part we call it as what? Predicate. This one we call it as what? A class. Then right now we are going to know about the relative clauses. Definition of the relative clause is the class which describes a noun or pronoun is called as relative clause. See the example, I met a stranger who was blind. This is the sentence. What is the sentence? I met a stranger who was blind. Here, who was blind? We call it as what? Relative clause. Why? This clause describes what? A noun. This clause describes noun. Okay, the class which describes noun or pronoun we call it as what? Relative clauses. This is class 1 and this one is class 2. These two classes join with what? Who. These two classes join with what? Who. Here who is the relative pronoun. Results, these two classes join with what? Relative pronoun. Here relative pronoun is what? Who is the relative pronoun. See first what is meant by relative pronoun? Relative pronouns begins in the subordinate class. Where it begins? The relative pronoun who begins in the subordinate class. And this relative pronoun is used to join the two classes. Okay, the relative pronoun is used to join two classes. Okay, what are the relative pronouns we are having? Who, whom, whose, that, which. These words we call it as what? Relative pronouns. Now I am going to explain about how we are going to join by two sentences using the relative pronouns. The first one, what are the relative pronouns we are having? Who, whom, which, whose, that. These are all we call it as what? Relative pronouns. Who is used for person only. In the sentence we are discussing about the persons. We are using what? The relative pronoun who. See here, he is a doctor. He charges low fees. First, what is the main class here? He is a doctor. And what is the subordinate class? He charges low fees. Okay. Relative class what? The subordinate class we call it as what? Relative class. And the relative class starting with what? Relative pronoun. Here, see, he is a doctor. Okay, comma. See here, what is the subordinate class? He charges low fees. In subordinate class, we remove the subject he. Instead of that, we should write what? Who. Who charges low fees. Okay, he is a doctor, comma, who charges low fees. Okay, see here, who charges low fees we call it as what? Relative class. The relative class describe what? The noun. Okay. Next, which is used for things. In the sentence we are discussing about the things. What we have to use? We have to use the relative pronoun which. See the example. This is the book. I gave it to him yesterday. Okay. See what is the main class here? This is the book is the main class. And I gave it to him yesterday is the subordinate class. Here the subordinate class, the relative class starts with the relative pronoun which. Okay. See how to write. This is the book, comma, what? The subordinate class. Now the subordinate class starts with what? Relative pronoun which. Okay. Which I gave it to him yesterday. This is the way we are going to join by two sentences using the relative pronoun which. Then the third one, that. That is used for person or thing. When we are discussing about in the sentence either person or thing, we have to use what? That. Okay, see the example. This is the house, Raju built it. What is the main class here? This is the house. What is the subordinate class? Raju built it. Where that will come? Where we have to write that? In subordinate class, starting the subordinate class. See, this is the house. Okay, comma, where we should write? Starting the subordinate class, that Raju built it. Okay, see, this is the house that Raju built it. That Raju built it. We call it as what? Relative class. This is the way we are going to joining two classes by using the relative pronouns. Whose? Okay, relative pronoun. Where we should use, it is a possessive relative pronoun. Means in the sentence we are describing about the possession. Means the ownership is ours. Like that, if we are discussing in the sentence, we should use what? Whose. See your example. He is the lucky boy. His essay got first prize. See, he is the lucky boy is the main class, and his essay got first prize is the subordinate class. In the subordinate class, we have to remove the pronoun his. Instead of that, we should write what? Whose. Okay. Then he is the lucky boy, comma, whose essay got first prize. Like this, we should join two classes by using the relative pronoun. He is the lucky boy is the main class. Whose essay got first prize is the relative class. Thus, relative class starts with what? Relative pronoun whose. The next one, whom. It is used to join the two classes together, and it is the object of the second class. Okay, whom is used to join what? The two classes, and in the second class, object. What is the object? Whom is the object in the second class. See the example. He is our teacher. I was talking about him. See here how we are going to join. He is our teacher is the main class, and what is the subordinate class? I was talking about whom. See, he is our teacher, comma, whom I was talking about him. Okay, see, he is our teacher is the main class. Whom I was talking about him is the relative class. The relative class starts with what? The relative pronoun whom. Like this, we are going to join the two classes by using the relative pronouns.